All right, everyone, we're going to test something on our end because we're having a little Monday tech problems. So if everyone gets signed out, just know that I'll start it back up and we'll sign you back in. So we're just trying something. All right, everyone, welcome to the 187 District Court. Today is Tuesday. Let's keep it a Tuesday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. You are in a courtroom, so you must behave as though you're in a courtroom. What that means is anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To all the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of those things, you will be sent back to your cell. And what will end up happening, because they're shorthanded, we'll see you in 30 to 60 days. Mr. Oliver, no one needs to see your teeth. You need to make sure you keep your mask up. To everyone else on this Zoom screen, if you're at your home, you're in the 187 District Court. That means that you are not to be doing laundry. You are not to be speaking to other people. You're not to be eating breakfast, eating lunch. Everybody here would like to be eating breakfast at this time, but we're not because we're in court. To all of the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small your plea bargain agreement is, you need to put that in the chat box to the court coordinator so she can get the appropriate paperwork to you. She is listed as Ferguson coordinator. Please do not text her, call her, chat her, or ask her for a continuance. I'm the only person who can give that to you. I'm going to open breakout rooms. When I open breakout rooms, it's going to invite everyone to join a breakout room. I repeat, do not join a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. So to all of those who are accused of an offense, when you hear your attorney's name going to a breakout room, if your attorney wants you in that breakout room, your attorney will request that of me. Usually attorneys are going to want to speak to the prosecutor before they speak to you. To all of the defense attorneys, prosecutors have the ability to move throughout the breakout rooms. Think of those breakout rooms as going to the doctor's office. When you go to the doctor's office and they call you to the back, you don't see the doctor right away. They're just checking your weight and your blood pressure. Today is Tuesday. It's not Monday. Let's keep it a Tuesday. Everyone put some patience in your pocket and it will be a great day. So everyone be respectful to each other. Everyone be patient. I'm going to call the list of attorneys. Attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. It will help me assign you quicker to the breakout rooms if you are able to add to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division, which you would put the name of your client in CTD, or whether or not it's family violence and you can just put FV. Do not remove your name, because if you remove your name, what's going to show up in the breakout rooms is your client's name only. And the defense attorney will think that your client is in that breakout room, not you. To all those accused, your attorney's name will be called, your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney either had to appear in person or either they're Zooming in another courtroom. So again, be patient. Attorneys, if you see that your name is low on the list, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you do that and your name is called, you will be placed at the end of the list. Phyllis Bill, Linda Corley, Joseph Stateson, Eric Hernandez, John Gomez, Ray Adams, Robert Brauback, Catherine Valenzuela, Jay Norton, David Garcia, Richard Garcia, Ignacio Barreto, Mary Peterzak, and Adam Cobbs. Is there any defense attorneys whose name I have missed that is on the Zoom screen? All righty then. We'll start with Phyllis Bill.
Hi, Judge. How are you doing?
Hi, great. How are you doing?
Fine.
Who is your client?
It is Kavonda Jackson, and I believe she's on Zoom. She has the Zoom link.
You said Kavonda Jackson?
Yes.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
It's not family violence. It's just a drug charge. And I was conferring with Marcus, I think, prior to this.
Okay. And to all of those who are accused, you are not allowed to let your screen go black. If your screen goes black, you're going to be required to appear in person in court. Robert Espinoza, you need to show your video. And trust me, nobody wants their Tuesday to turn it into a Monday. Ashley, you need to start your video. Because that means that you are going to have to pay for parking if you can find parking. So all of you have 10 minutes to start your video. All right, Ms. Bill, I'm going to assign you to breakout room number 3. Prosecutor will meet you there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Linda Corley, thank you as always for putting your name up.
Thank you, Judge. So on Mr. Gutierrez, we're waiting on a competency evaluation. He has not actually had one yet, although it's ordered, and we have followed up with the coordinator to see what the status of getting him evaluated is, but we have not received a response yet.
Okay, and that's Ricky Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe he is in custody, so I believe he is here. I do see him.
We're going to find out the status of that today. And what's your other case?
The other case is Vermont Bowie, and I'm working with Marcus, but I think if I could go into my client first and then go into a breakout room with Marcus, that would probably make it more efficient. All
right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. I'm going to send Ms. Ferguson to number 4 as well to find out what the status is on Gutierrez.
Okay.
And I'll send your client there.
Terrific, thank you.
All right, so if you'll go to breakout room number 4.
Okay.
And I'll send Mr. Bowie, if you can go to 4 as well. And Ms. Ferguson, if you could go to 4, please. Joseph Stateson, thank you for changing your name.
Of course, yes. This is a case that there was a newer offense with another attorney retained, Jeannie Bloomster. Her case was just indicted. There's no setting yet, and that case was going to control. But we filed.
So this is what I would do. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. And Ms. Ferguson is in breakout room number 4. And state on Fabian Cedillo, is that a criminal trial division case or a family violence, the new case? Family violence? I see someone shaking their head. Yes or no?
It's aggravated robbery. I believe it's criminal trial division.
All right. Well, since it's just been indicted, I'm assuming state is not ready to proceed on that. Am I correct, state? All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to number 4. When you go to breakout room number 4, let Ms. Ferguson know that you'll need a reset.
I will also ask her for a setting for motion to set bond. I believe we have motions filed to set 3 bonds.
Well, are you ready to proceed on that, or is the state ready to proceed on that?
It was filed last evening. I don't believe they've had notice yet.
All right.
I'll check with Ms. Ferguson for a date.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you, actually, I'm going to send you to number 5. And then after Ms. Ferguson finishes in 4, she'll come to number 5.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
And if someone from the state wants to go to number 5 to confer with him on a date for the bonds, that would be great. So you're in number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Eric Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for sentencing. Mr. McGarry is supposed to be appearing in person. I did speak with him yesterday. He said he was not feeling well and possibly going to the hospital. I have called him. I don't know if he's there in the courtroom, but he did not answer my call this morning.
All right. Is there McGarry in the courtroom?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
All right. So if
Your Honor, I'll reach out to him again, and I'm still reviewing the PSI.
All right. Thank you. John Gomez.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here. I'm just trying to help my client start his video screen. I know
All
you
right.
mentioned earlier that you could send somebody a request. I don't know if you can do that for him. It's Roberto Espinosa.
Okay. And is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Give me a second here. I'm not entirely sure. We just got signed on last night, so.
Family violence, Judge.
All right, it is
You go.
family
Thank you.
violence.
Thank you.
And let me find your client. I've asked him to start his video now. And I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Is not available. At the tone.
Ray Adams.
Mr. McGarry, this is Eric Hernandez.
Yes, Your Honor. This is on Vernon Coleman and it's family violence.
Okay. I'll send you to number 7.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Robert Brawback.
And Judge, it's Donovan Castro. It's a mental health evaluation, also based on my discussions with him. I think he needs a motion evaluated his competency. He does not appear competent.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to breakout room number 5 to get a setting from Ms. Ferguson. Just give us a moment. Everyone, just give me one moment, please. Catherine Valenzuela.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
My question is Mr. Figueroa's criminal trial division. We last conferred with Meredith. We'd like to confer with her again if we can.
All right, let me just put in here a request for Meredith. And I will send you to breakout room number 8.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Jay Norton.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have a Leandro Gonzalez. It is criminal trial.
I'll send you to number 9.
Thank you.
David Garcia.
Morning, Judge. I've got Raymond Barfield. It's an MTR CTD. So I need to speak to one of the prosecutors in CTD.
I'll send you to number 11.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Richard Garcia. Richard Garcia. Richard Garcia going once, going twice, 3 times. Okay, Ignacio Beretta. I'll send you to number 12.
Yes, sir. I'm right here, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm going to send you to 12.
Your Honor, I'm supposed to also appear in the 175th at 10 o'clock. May I be free to just go and tell them I'm over here?
You want to send them a text message? Because I mean, you are here.
I'll try that and see what happens.
All right. Mary
Thank you.
Peterzak, I'm going to send you to Lucky Breakout Room number 13. Thank you for changing your name.
Good morning, Judge. We also, I think, had a bond modification set today as well.
Okay. And is it for the same person?
Yes, Judge, it's for the same person. So I'll just confer with the state. Maybe we can reach some agreement and not do it.
Okay. All right. Awesome. I sent you to 13.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Adam Cobbs. Adam Cobbs going once. Adam Cobbs going twice. 3 times. All right. Andres Campion.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have Jaime Soto, and I believe that is the Public Integrity Unit.
Who were you working with on that?
I was working with Brittany Durham.
Roberto Espinoza, you need to show your video. I'm still amazed that people come on and they've been on this docket before, and every time there's an issue with showing videos. So you have 10 minutes to show your video. If you don't, you're going to be required to appear in court. All right, Andres Campion, we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
see about getting PI for you. Is there a prosecutor available? Could you contact Public Integrity and see if you can get them in, please? Let me see if they're all in breakout rooms.
I'll just hang out.
All right, but I'm going to already assign you to number 14, but we're going to try to get somebody from Public Integrity to come in.
Okay. Do you want me to just hang out in 14?
No, just wait. So
Okay.
I'll see that you're still here. We can make sure that happens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Rick Ramos.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Great. Who do you have?
I have Ira Bashan Williams,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
CTD, Your Honor.
I'll send you to number 15.
Thank you, Judge.
Joe Stenberg. Joe Stenberg. Going once. Going twice.
Howdy,
Howdy, who do you have?
Mr. Alexander Gregory, and could I speak to him, please?
Is it Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Yes. Oh, family violence, I'm sorry.
And is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody and he's listed there as Gregory, I believe. He's got an orange suit on, by the way, if that helps.
That does help greatly.
And I saw him on there and his name was Gregory.
Is Gregory Alexander, is that you, 16E? Could you raise your hand for me? Okay,
There he is.
okay. Gregory, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 16 with your attorney.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Richard Garcia.
I am here. I'm at the hospital. Teresa just got out of surgery. All went well. And
Oh, okay, I'm glad.
and so the doctor just came and talked to me. And so I'm in the in the outside, and I think my client is present in court, and you had appointed Teresa Coles Davila to do a Padilla letter, which she did, and it's
Well,
worse than I thought. So
well, Richard Garcia, would you, we can recall this another day since you're obviously at the hospital. And I
Well,
think your sister wants you to focus on her.
well, I can't see her for about another hour and a half, so I have time. So maybe I can go into a breakout room with with Guadalupe Rios, so I can tell him what the Padilla letter said.
All right, is Rios in custody or on bond?
He is in the courtroom.
All right, to the courtroom, is there a Guadalupe Rios there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, courtroom, can you go to number 1, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
And Richard, I will send you to 1.
Thank you.
All right, anyone back from the breakout rooms?
Bralbach here. I'm back from the break room, Judge, and Norma asked me to contact Angela to set up a hearing with the magistrate court for the competency evaluation.
All right, and so, I mean, that doesn't tell me anything. Are you setting that up now?
So I'm going to set that up now.
All right, okay, then once you speak with her, let me know what date you've been given, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Phyllis Beal?
Yes, Judge. I was going to see if I could go into a breakout room with Kavonda Jackson. I have an offer from the prosecutor, and I think she's online. I think she had a little bit of problems early on and got offline, but I think she's on Zoom.
All right, who is Jackson? All right, thank you. Just give me a moment. All right, Ms. Jackson, I'm going to send you to speak with your attorney. Your attorney is going to be in breakout room number 3. David Woodard, who do you have?
Judge, I have Christopher White, and it should be a CTD case.
I'll send you to number 17.
Judge, I am back whenever you have a moment for an update.
Yes, Jay Norton.
Yes, ma'am. Here on Mr. Gonzalez, conferred with Marcus. We're lacking a significant amount of discovery. He's going to get it uploaded for us today, and then we will try for round 2.
All right, let me find it. All right, so this is what I want you to do. I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Ms. Ferguson.
Okay.
Let Ms. Ferguson know you need a 30-day reset for discovery.
Okay.
And then come back in here and give me that date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, she is in breakout room number 4. All right, anyone else back? Eric Hernandez on McGarity, you have your hand raised.
Yes, Your Honor. I've called the numbers I have to try to see if he's been in the hospital. His is going straight to voicemail. The other ones I've left messages were able. I will check back in it. I've got a couple of other courts to get to, but I will come back in and find out if he's shown up.
All right, just zoom back in at 11:30, okay?
Very well, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Judge. This is Kelly Green.
Yes.
I have 2 cases, Arturo Aguilar, which I believe is family violence, and also Bob Behrens has Gilbert Perez, which is also family violence. I'd like to confer, please.
Okay. I'm going to send you to number 18.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else back from the breakout room? Christopher White, you need to show your video. Don't go back to not showing your video, because otherwise you're going to be required to appear in court.
Judge, may I go in with the breakout room to Ramont Bowie?
Okay,
We're still checking on Gutierrez.
sure. He is in number 10. I will send you to number 10.
Thank you.
The person on the iPhone, there is no Zooming while driving.
I'm not driving, ma'am. I'll pull over.
Yes, but you pulled over while you were on Zoom, which means you were driving while you were on Zoom.
No, ma'am. My girlfriend was driving. I just dropped her off at work.
Yeah, all righty then. Brenda, the things that happen. We're trying to save lives. You can't drive and Zoom. Brenda, they tell you don't text and drive, and people are like, I'll one up you. Not only am I gonna text and drive, I'm gonna Zoom and drive, which requires you to do what? Turn on your video. And Mr. iPhone,
Yes, ma'am.
what are you eating?
Whataburger.
Yeah, all right. So this is what I want you to do. What's your name?
Arturo Aguilar.
All right, Arturo Aguilar, this is what you're going to do. Since you're driving and you're in a vehicle, you're going to drive to a location. That location is 300 De La Rosa. It's the 187 District Court, 4th floor. Your Zoom privileges are suspended.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, thank you. Bernie, he was honest, he's eating Whataburger. Does Whataburger serve breakfast 24 hours? I don't know.
Judge, I am back from seeing Norma.
Yes.
She has suggested January 5th.
Okay, well, hopefully all of the discovery will be, well, it should be with you by then.
I think so. Marcus said actually some was sent directly to Jason, but he's still off on paternity leave. So we might have more than I thought we had.
Okay, I never thought I'd be saying January 5th, 2022.
Yeah.
All right, then you and your client are excused.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Is your client, I'm sorry, your client, he's not in custody, is he?
No, he's not. He's on the Zoom. He's under Leandro Gonzalez.
All right,
He's-
Mr. Gonzalez, we'll see you back on January 5th, 2022. And it's for your attorney to receive all the discovery, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Brenda, do you see what page he is on? Or Rebecca? I'm sorry, page 1?
9.
9. We missed you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you know it took 3 people to do your job? They sent 3. I think it was 3 at one time. Was it like 4, Brenna?
I think it was more than that.
Yes. So, to the powers that be, you have a great worker. It took 4 people to work. Yes, Meredith?
Actually, they seem kind of panicked.
Yeah. Oh, Meredith, can you see if there is someone from Public Integrity to Zoom over to speak with Andres Campion? He said Jaime Soto is Public Integrity. And let's see, anyone else back from the breakout room? Any attorneys back? Joe Stenberg, I see you're back.
Yes, ma'am, I'm back. We're just ready for a setting.
Well, what's happening with your case?
He's rejected the offers.
Okay, you're gonna have to make sure your client comes out of breakout room number 16.
All right.
So if you'll make sure he comes out of 16, but before you do that, I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 4, and you need to get a jury trial date from Miss Ferguson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Well, thank you.
And Judge, if I could just talk to Marcus again for a minute, we have an agreement and I guess I was just gonna let him know he can start the paperwork.
All right, let me see which room Marcus is in. He's actually in number 11. Let me go to 11 and let him know that you have an agreement.
Okay, well.
Or is there some?
There was like one or two things I was gonna discuss.
Okay, let me send you to 11. He's actually in there with someone, but I'll send you to 11, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Lisa Voigt.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Martin Rodriguez. Case number 2021 CR 6161.
Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial. And did my client appear?
Oh, we will find out. I'll send you to breakout room number 19.
Okay, thank you.
Howdy, I have a trial date. This is Joe Stenberg.
All right, just one moment. All right, and your client is Mr. Gregory. It's Gregory Alexander.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Gregory Alexander, where are you?
He was in a breakout room. You told me, so I'll go. If you'll put me back in, I'll ask him again to come back.
No, I moved him from that breakout room.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Gregory, you need to speak up. Don't be shy when I'm asking where you are.
Oh, right here.
He's under Gregory.
Yes. How you doing today?
Oh, I am doing great. It's a beautiful day outside. It's Tuesday, it's not Monday.
Right. That's right.
All right, is there a prosecutor available to put a trial date on the record for me, please?
I'll do, Judge.
All right, thank you. And what date were you given, Mr. Stenger?
January 13th.
All right, the court is calling 2019. Just one moment. Ron Gregory. All right, the court is calling 2019 CR 5785, State of Texas versus Gregory Alexander. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Tom Nisbet.
For the defense?
Joe Stenberg.
And are you Gregory Alexander? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Alexander, do you have any objections to this hearing taking place by video?
No.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I've received all they've given me.
All right, the court is going to need an acknowledgement of discovery from the state. And that acknowledgement needs to be completed by December 1st. And my understanding is there's been a conference on a trial date, and the agreed upon date is January 13th, 2022. Any objections to that date as a jury trial date, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Date.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Gregory, your jury trial date will be January 13th, 2022. What will end up happening is you will be dressed for trial. You'll be brought to the 187 District Court if you're still in custody. And your jury trial, jury selection will begin on that day. If, however, you are on bond, then you will need to appear in the 187 District Court on January 13th, 2022 at 9 a.m. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. It's the 187 District Court on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes.
When is your court date?
January 22.
What day of January?
2000.
Yeah.
2022.
All right. Listen carefully, because there are a lot of days in January. I don't want there to be any confusion.
Yes.
So your trial date is January 13th, 2022, and the 187 District Court. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes.
So when is your court date?
January 13th, 2022.
What time?
9 p.m.
No, we're not gonna start jury selection at nighttime.
Oh, I mean 9 a.m.
All right. I mean, if something happened, we may be doing jury selection at 9 p.m., but usually we start at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay.
So let's start over. What day is your jury trial date?
January the 13th.
What time?
9 a.m.
And what is the court? 187 District Court.
Yeah, 187
So
District Court.
we're gonna make sure we get it right. So you're gonna be in the 187 District Court
187 District Court.
on January 13th at 9 a.m. So what court is it?
187 District Court. January the 13th, 9 a.m.
Yes, you get 100. Okay, so that's when we will see you. So I want to be clear that you know that date, because if you make bond, you're going to have to show up for that date. And if you don't show up, a warrant may be issued, okay?
Well, wait,
Right.
But if
That's
you
fine.
are in custody, you'll be brought over. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you're in custody, you'll be brought over for jury trial. But unless you make arrangements with your attorney, because I can't do it, whatever clothes you were taken into custody in, those are the clothes that they're going to put you in for your jury trial. You understand?
Yes.
All right, is there something else, Mr. Stenberg?
well, since he did so well, I was going to request that he have pizza for lunch.
I don't think I have any control over that, but you probably do, Mr. Stenberg, so I'm putting that on you.
Oh, Brianna,
See
help
how
me
you
out.
done that? Look at me.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right, so Mr. Gregory, we will
Yes.
see you at that time. And is your last name Gregory or is your last name Alexander?
Alexander.
All right, so Mr. Alexander, we will see you at that time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Don't leave yet, Mr. Alexander, because we're gonna have to let them send you back unless there's a deputy there.
All right. And you have a best lovely day.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm gonna do my best. You too.
All right.
Okay, anyone else back from the breakout room?
Judge,
Yes.
we got an agreement, and I believe that, that Marcus is gonna do the paperwork, and I was gonna let y'all know that we'd worked out an agreement, and I guess you can send me back into the room with her and paperwork from whatever y'all's court also. I mean.
Okay, let me find your client.
Kavanda Jackson.
Okay, because I don't see her. She's not in the breakout room. She's not on the Zoom.
Oh dear, let me text her and tell her to get on the Zoom.
Yes, she's not on the Zoom.
Oh, she said it hung up on her.
All right, Catherine Valenzuela.
Yes, Your Honor. We've conferred, we have an offer. Mr. Figueroa needs a little bit more time to consider it, and I need to have a Zoom visit with him to show him some of the evidence.
Okay. Norma, on Figueroa, in the chat box, could I get a 30-day reset, please? And it's Carmelo Figueroa.
And if we would be willing to accept the state's offer, we can always move it up, correct?
Yes, just get in touch with the court coordinator and she will.
I sent it to David Garcia, Judge. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was chatting with him.
Judge, Mary.
All right, we're gonna come back on December 14th on Mr. Figueroa.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, and your client is in custody, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, let me see where he is. Just one moment. I think he's still in a breakout room. Norma, on Figueroa L9, he can go back. And Gregory, he's 16E, he can go back. Well, his last name is Alexander. And everyone, just give me a moment, please. Let me find the page Figueroa is on. Out there.
Page 12.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone, I'm going to let Richard Garcia skip in line because he's at the hospital. Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Is there any way you can put me in a breakout room with Joe Ray Garcia?
All right, let me see. Joe Ray Garcia, are you on here, please?
I'm here, Judge, yes.
All right, Joe Ray, could you speak with Richard Garcia? I'm going to send him to number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, you're welcome. All right, Ray Adams.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with Joe Ray that he's made us an offer. My guy has said no and wants a jury trial.
All right, let me see, Mr. Coleman. Have you received all the discovery on Mr. Coleman?
I believe that I have, Your Honor.
And where is Vernon Coleman?
He is on here.
Is he in custody or on bond?
Oh, he's on bond.
All right, Vernon Coleman, where are you?
Vernon, unmute yourself.
How does he look?
It says Ashley A12 on the phone.
All right, so I continue to tell this person to start their video. They start their video, then they go off video.
Right. He kept having trouble. He had a neighbor coming over trying to help him, and he couldn't even get into the breakout room. I had to talk to him on the phone, but I've been able to, and so he was having all kinds of trouble.
Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
On Vernon Coleman, I'm going to need a 30-day reset. And Mr. Adams, if your client cannot use Zoom, then he's going to have to come to the courthouse.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so we're going to come back on December 13th. All right, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Everyone, just give me a moment. Okay, Vernon Coleman. What page is Vernon Coleman on the docket?
11.
Thanks. And while you're gone, nobody else could do that. I would ask and there'd be silence.
Judge, I'm back. Can you put me with Mr. Rios in the courtroom again?
Yes, to the courtroom. Could you go back to breakout room number 1, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Ignacio Barreto.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I need to speak to my client, but I'm not sure. I need to see if he's here. There's a bunch of iPhones and stuff. I'm not sure if that's him.
All right, who is Israel Moncado?
I'm here.
All right, just one moment. All right, Ignacio, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 10.
Thank you.
And Mr. Mikado, if you'll go to 10. Okay. All right, Mary Peterzak.
Yes, good morning, Judge. I conferred with Ms. Wilkes about the case. This is my first setting as his attorney. I know that there had been previous settings, but I have the offer from them. There's a little issues with their case, so I think they're going to try to find more evidence maybe. But in the meantime, though, I do have that motion to modify bond conditions that we weren't able to reach an agreement on, other than waiving the GPS fees.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Let me get a setting date for you for the actual case, and then we'll take up the bond issues. Norma, on Jonathan Ochoa, if I could have a 30-day reset, please.
And I would say
it's going to be
we're ready
December
for trial as the defense. I don't know if there's any formality that you need for me to urge the trial.
Where we're going to come back is we're going to come back on December 13th. At that time, the acknowledgement of discovery will be due. And then at that time, I'll give you a jury trial date. The court actually is not in receipt of the jury trial schedule yet. So I want to make sure that he has his actual jury trial date. So acknowledgement of discovery will be due on that day. And now the issue is there's a bond issue, correct?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Ochoa is on full house arrest right now.
All right, let me find that motion. All right, to the clerks, I need the bond motion on Ochoa, please. Jonathan Ochoa.
Yes.
As soon as I get the motion, we'll take that up, Ms. Peterzak.
Thank you,
Is
Judge.
there anyone else who's ready?
Yes, Judge. I'm ready to give you an update if you're
Okay.
ready. On Mr. Ramont Bowie, we have reached an agreement with the prosecutor for a plea.
Okay.
I do need to beg the court's patience. I am completely booked through the rest of this year and I have some vacation notices in. I'm hoping we could set this plea for January.
Okay, is there a reason we can't do it today?
Yeah, I have about 7 other courts to go to. I'm already way behind.
But isn't like the 187th important?
Oh, it is, Judge. It is, Judge. It's so important, but I just don't think I have time to do the plea this morning.
Okay, well, we can bring you back at 2.
In addition, my client wants some time to get prepared. So can we set it, if we do the plea this afternoon, can we set it off for sentencing in January?
I don't know about January.
I mean, I really don't have time to do it in December, Judge. I apologize. I just can't.
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right,
everybody's trying to get everything in and I'm trying to also, but I just.
No, I hear you. So what
Yeah.
we'll do is we'll come back at 2 and we'll consider other things at that time.
Okay, very good. May my client be excused?
Mr. Bowie, where are you?
You'll need to unmute yourself. Ramont Bowie, unmute.
Mr. Bowie, you'll need to be back on Zoom at 2 p.m. All right, and then we have Ricky Gutierrez.
Yes, I need to touch base again with Norma on that. And Judge, in addition, I know it's off docket, but I have a motion to move ignition interlock for a client to a different vehicle because the vehicle he has quit working. We did file that yesterday and I emailed it this morning. I was hoping you might look at that so he could get that done.
All right, okay, we'll come back at 2 on that one as well.
Okay,
So what
thank
are we
you,
doing?
Judge.
Sure, what are we doing with Mr. Gutierrez?
I think I need to talk to Norma again. She was still checking on it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
And Judge, I'm back.
Yes.
So we're going to take we're going to accept the plea bargain offer that Joe Ray made.
Okay.
Is it possible to do it another day, maybe Thursday?
Yes, who is your client?
It's Guadalupe Rios. He's in the courtroom.
All right, Norma, on Guadalupe Rios, can that be recalled for Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Norma, on my file, it says an interpreter will be needed. Is an interpreter needed for him, Mr. Garcia?
Yes,
All
definitely.
right, so if we can make sure that there's an interpreter for him, and so we'll be back on the 18th.
Okay, and just for the court's information, he does not have email, so he will be using the courtroom's computer to do the paperwork.
All right, no, that's fine. All right, tell Teresa, get better. We're sending our prayers, Mom and I.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm
All
going to
right,
go back
thank you.
into it right now. And so is Mr. Rios excused?
What they're gonna do is they're gonna give him a reset form and then they'll excuse him.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Judge. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Rebecca, what page is Rios on?
Rios is on 12.
Okay, and is their prosecutor ready to take up the motion on Jonathan Ochoa? It's a motion to modify bond restrictions.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Brenda, sometimes I have to take things out of order to get this to work. I don't know why it does that. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 7422, State of Texas versus Jonathan Matthew Ochoa. If I could have parties announced for the record for the state.
Caitlin Wilkes for the state.
For the
Barry
defense.
Petrusik for the defense. Sorry, Judge.
No problem. And are you Jonathan Ochoa?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, we're proceeding with this hearing by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Judge.
All right, the defense has filed a motion to modify the defendant's bond conditions. My understanding is that both parties have had a chance to confer, and the only agreement that has been reached is an agreement to waive or defer GPS fees. Defense, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion? I'm sorry, state, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion?
We conferred on it. We have, Your Honor.
All right, and are you ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion. You may begin.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. I forgot which date he got arrested. My apologies. I'm trying to look that up real quick.
27.
It looks like March 27th, 2021.
Okay. Yeah, it's unmuted, right?
Okay, excellent. So it's since March. Is that correct, Jonathan?
Oh, are you going to call him as a witness?
Yes, Judge. I'll call him as a witness.
In July.
No problem. I think he's having trouble with his Wi-Fi, but we'll see. We'll work our way through it. Mr. Ochoa,
Yes.
can you find a place and just be stable at that particular place? All right, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Defense?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Jonathan, what was the date of your arrest for this offense?
They arrested me on July 27th. So when I was going in for probation for orientation, and that's when they picked me up. I didn't know I had the police. I didn't know she had made a report.
And when were you released?
The next day I bonded out.
It's about July 28th. Is that correct?
Yes.
And when you were released, was it a condition that you wear a GPS monitor on full house arrest?
Yes.
And so you have, is it correct that you've been on house arrest since July 28th of 2021?
Yes, I have been.
And have you received any violations for being on house arrest, specifically GPS violations?
No, ma'am, I haven't got none.
And prior to being put on GPS, were you employed?
Yeah, yes, I am employed.
And where are you employed at?
It's called MG Trust Division.
MG what?
Trust Division.
And what kind of work is that?
We prefabricate like houses. We build the roofs, the walls. We build houses pretty much.
And have you been able to do any of that type of work since you've been on house arrest?
I didn't hear you. Y'all went mute.
Oh, can you hear me now? Oh, I don't know if he has a bad connection or not.
I still can't hear y'all.
Jonathan, can you hear me? Is it breaking up on you?
All right, let's see if we can have him sign out and maybe sign back in.
Yeah, no, I can hear y'all now. Y'all went mute for a while.
I think it's your connection, Jonathan. Is there a better location on your property that has a better connection?
So if you want me to move around, I'm outside, that's why.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you.
Okay, we're gonna try to continue. If we can't get through, we're gonna have to figure out how to get you in the courtroom, okay?
All right, I got you.
Okay, since you've been on house arrest, have you been able to be employed?
Yes,
Have you been able to earn any money?
yes.
How do you earn money at home?
Oh, I go to, what do you mean? I go to work.
So is the current GPS condition that you are on house arrest? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm on house arrest, but they just allow me to go to work and back.
And so they allow you to go to this MG Trust Division?
Yes,
And what we're asking the court today is that you be allowed to go other places. Is that correct?
yes. Like, so I could go visit my family members and to like go to HB and Walmart. I would like to go get things I need for myself because I live by myself.
And you had mentioned that your family members. Is there a particular family member that you needed to go visit?
Yeah, my grandmother.
And is your grandmother sick right now?
Yeah, she's really sick. They don't know how much time she has left, so I haven't seen her in like since July, so like 5 months.
And so we're asking the court to allow you to go see your grandmother and travel to HEB and Walmart to be able to take care of your household needs. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I have nothing further for this witness, Judge.
All right, state.
Yes, Mr. Ochoa, my name is Caitlin. I'm the prosecutor on this case. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. The first is about your criminal history. Isn't it true that you were charged with assault, bodily injury, family violence, and then admonished that you were not supposed to be in contact with that person back in 2013?
You're talking about Stacy Lopez?
I'm talking about the violation of protective order that you picked up and were sentenced to 96 days on in 2014.
I'm going to object to relevance, Judge. It's a 2013 case. It's a different complaining witness.
It's
okay. That'll be overruled.
Yeah. So just to be clear for the record, you've done this before. You've violated a bond or protective order back in 2015 or found guilty of it.
Yeah, but what it was is we were trying to get my son back because
All right. I'm going to stop you right there. It's a yes or a no.
Okay, what was the question again?
You were convicted of violation of protective order for contacting somebody that you had previously been accused of assault back in 2015.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, defense. Defense, any questions?
No, Judge, I just have a brief ending.
All right, I have a couple of questions, unless there's objections.
Not from the state judge.
All right, so any objections?
No, Judge.
All right, so who is this grandmother? What is her name?
Oh, my Katarina Drew.
I'm sorry, who?
It's Katarina Drew.
How do you spell the last name?
Drew.
And where does she live?
On 1807 Tampico.
And is she under doctor's care?
I think she has like a nurse that goes takes care of her, or watches her, or makes sure she takes her medicine.
I mean, you think, but do you know these things?
Oh yeah, well, just from what I've heard, what they tell me.
And who lives with you?
I live by myself. It's my mother's house, but she lives at her boyfriend's.
All right, does the complainant live near the address on Tampico? Does anybody know? And I don't want the complainant's address said out loud. I just want to know if she lives near that area.
I can check real quick for you, Judge.
Thank you.
Jonathan, do you know the zip code of Tampico?
She actually lives behind. It's the street behind me.
It's let's see.
It's
The
literally
complaining
around.
witness lives on the street behind you?
Oh no, the where she lives at is on.
No. Here's
No,
my
zip code,
question.
the zip code.
The Tampico address. Are you
Oh, it-
saying that your grandmother lives behind you?
She lives on the street behind me. Yes, she does.
And what is the zip code?
It's a 78207.
That's the same zip code, Your Honor, but I'm trying to find proximity.
All right, thank you.
Could I get that Tampico address one more time, please?
It's 1807.
Yeah.
1807. Okay, thank you. It is 1.9 miles.
Okay, so that means that her location then is 1.9 miles to him, where he's currently
Could be.
living. Okay. All right, any other witnesses from the defense?
No, Judge.
Any witnesses state?
No, Judge.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. He's going to remain on GPS. The court will waive the GPS fees. The court will give him a window to visit his grandmother. So is there any agreement on the window of time for him to go visit his grandmother? And when I speak of windows of time, it's not going to be at nighttime. The only time I will allow a visitation at night, Mr. Ochoa, is if there's some type of emergency. You understand?
Yes.
So if you want to visit her on Saturday or Sunday, you can visit her on Saturday or Sunday, but it will be during the daytime.
All right. And how do I do it about the like going to the HEB and stuff like that?
Just once we're doing one thing at a time.
I think
Okay.
Judge, our only want is that it doesn't interfere with his current work schedule.
Oh no, that's why I'm asking. It's going to be
Okay.
during the daytime. So
What's
Yeah,
your work schedule?
I work from 6 to 6 Monday through Saturday.
all right, so he'll be visiting his grandmother on Sunday,
Okay.
and that'll be Sundays only. So, and it's
Okay.
during the daytime. So what time during the day are we talking about?
How many hours do I get?
Give me a time during the day and I will let you know.
What about 9 p.m. to 3, or I'm sorry, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
That's good.
Well, no, state.
I'm thinking more 10 to 2.
Okay, to split the baby, we'll do 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Is everyone okay with that? Because that's still in the daytime. We know where he is.
I think
Sundays
that's-
only.
I mean, we're okay with 10 to 2, Judge. I think that's the same time frame as 9 to 1.
Yeah, all right. We'll do 10 to 2 then.
Okay.
State, are you okay with 10 to 2 for him to visit his grandmother?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and there to be no stops along the way. You understand, Mr. Ochoa?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's Sundays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 1807 Tampico to visit his grandmother. Now let's talk about the HEB. I'm going to allow you to go to HEB because people need their necessaries. You can go to HEB one day out of the week. So you're going to have to start making your list.
Okay.
And again, it's daytime. So
Trying
we
to
can
find
do
the
it-
closest one, Your Honor. So
I'm
that we
sorry,
have
what?
a-
Okay, thank you.
Well,
There,
I would prefer one not closest since she's also there. So if we can
it'll
do
be away from her.
one not closest.
All right.
There is
so
one here on Commerce Street. It's, let's see here,
Are you okay with the HEB on Commerce Street, Mr. Ochoa?
or it's on
Yes.
Rocio, but it's off Commerce, Your Honor.
How do you spell Rosia?
Rosillo. And that's gonna be at 108 North Rocio Street, same zip.
All right, have you been to that HEB, Mr. Ochoa?
Yeah, that's the main HEB I go to.
Okay, awesome. So we can do the HEB on Sunday. You can go from your grandmother's house to the HEB.
Okay.
All right, so for the HEB, we can do like 2 to 4 or 2 to 3:30. Is everybody okay with that?
Let's do 2 to 3:30 because I think if he makes his list, he doesn't need to be in there for 2 hours.
I agree, but the lines at HEB are very unpredictable, especially on a Sunday. I don't know.
Well,
you can
this is
always
what I'll tell you
curbside.
guys. This is the whole thing. The court is reasonable. If he ends up at HEB and it's 2 p.m. and he doesn't get out of there till 3:35 p.m. and it shows him at the HEB, am I going to, be very upset and do something outrageous? No, I like to think, Brenda, I never do anything outrageous, but I'm sure there will be explanations for that. So this is what the court is doing. Court is waiving the GPS fees. The defendant will be allowed to visit his grandmother, Katarina Drew, at 1807 Tampico on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So what that means, if you get there with your grandmother and you guys are watching the Dallas Cowboy game and it goes into overtime, you're probably gonna have to, well, not probably, you're gonna have to leave. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you can do HEB on Commerce and Rosillo on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m.
All right.
Okay, is there anything else?
But we just don't think he needs to go to Walmart if he can go to HEB. I mean, like he can get stuff delivered.
The
It's 2021.
Judge, the HEB, the Commerce is food only. That's not all other like bed sheets and things like that, clothing, I think.
Okay, let's do this. Let's start with this. Let's see how he goes on this, Ms. Peters-Act. If he goes well on this, come back and I may end up extending his window and extending locations he can go to.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ochoa, whether there's a strong consideration of changing this really depends on you. It's not going to depend on your attorney. So just make sure you follow the guidelines that I'm getting you. You are charged with a violation of a bond or protective order, right? So
Yes.
I'm not taking that as true, but that offense in and of itself means that you were given an order and you did not follow it. So we're going to see, so far, you've been following things while you've been on GPS. So that is why I'm giving you a little bit more freedom on GPS. So let's see how you do on this. And if you do well on this schedule, then the court may consider other things. So for now, it's going to be your grandmother and it's going to be HEB. You understand?
Yes. So no Walmart.
Not
No
yet.
Walmart.
We'll address that at a later time, okay?
All right, then. All right, that's fine.
We gotta show the court that we can comply with this, and then we may be able to come back and is what the judge is saying.
Okay, so let me write this in the order.
And as far as for other things, I still need to ask them for permission at the GPS officer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And when in doubt, always ask. I will tell you, people always say it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. In this case, you need to ask for permission beforehand, okay?
Okay.
And you know, that your GPS is able to show everybody your schedule. So don't get sidetracked and say, I'm not visiting my grandmother today, but I have this 10 to 2 window, so I'm going to do something else because it'll show up, okay?
No, I know that.
All right, and then your next court date is going to be December the 13th, okay, Mr. Ochoa?
All right.
All right, Mr. Ochoa, good luck to you.
Did you say December 18th or 13th? I'm sorry.
It's December, let me find it on the sheet. It's December 13th.
Okay, excellent.
All right, thank you. Unless there's something else, you are both excused.
That was it, Judge. Thank you for your patience. Always a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
All right, thank you. Just make sure you get that document from the clerks. They'll send it to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Your Honor, I think my client is not online anymore. I think something must have happened with her phone. In fact, I was wondering if maybe we could research her. She would be in the court.
Oh, no, she's here. She's here.
Oh, okay. I'd been texting her and I guess she couldn't respond to my text because she's
all right. What's her last name?
Jackson, Kavonda Jackson.
All right, Miss Jackson. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, okay? And I've renamed her on the screen. And Phyllis, I'm going to send you to number 1.
Very good.
Okay. Robert Maurer.
Judge, I have a brand new appointment on Andre Watson at CTD. I was substituted for the previous attorney. I guess I just need to confer with somebody from CTD.
All right, Robert, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you.
Raphael Leal. Who do you have?
I have a Juan Antonio Ibarra, I believe.
What's the last name?
Ibarra, George.
All right, is that criminal trial division or family violence?
Well, it's an NPR. Family violence, I think it's an injury to a child.
Okay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
All right.
Jeannie Bloomster.
Yes, Judge, I need to confirm with the state on Fabian Cedillo.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Criminal trial.
I'm going to send you to number 4.
Okay.
Judge, is Joseph still here?
Let me see. No, if you can have him come in and he can zoom to number 4.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Bloomster, you are in number 4.
Okay, thank you,
All
Judge.
right, you're welcome. John Gomez.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Roberto Espinosa. I've tried to help him 2 different laptops and a cell phone to get his video to work, and it's just not working for him for some reason. So would you mind, I mean, if he comes down to the law office and I have him jump on my Zoom so you can see him?
All right, what we'll do is we'll recall it for tomorrow. Norman, can we recall Roberto Espinosa for tomorrow? And he'll need to either be in person or at your office on Zoom.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you. I'll go ahead and let him know.
All right, thank you.
9 a.m., correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Espinosa, please log off. I'll give you a call right now.
Judge Boyd, will you make me a co-host when you have an opportunity?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I had an insanity plea in mag court, so I was late signing on.
No problem. I'm sorry about that. All right, there you are. And
Judge,
everyone,
you said-
just give me a second. Ms. Ferguson, yes.
Which case are you recalling on Thursday?
Roberto Espinoza. And he's to appear in person or either at his attorney's law office. Thank you. All right, anyone else ready?
Judge. Your Honor, it's Lisa Voigt.
Yes, Lisa
I'm
Voigt.
sorry to interrupt. I've conferred. I don't know if my client's there. I've sent him the Zoom link. I've not had a response from him, and that is Martin Rodriguez.
All right, is there Martin Rodriguez in the courtroom?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
He's in the courtroom. Do you need to speak with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, to the courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 5 for me, please.
Yes, Your Honor. We also have Jonathan Watkins in the courtroom.
All right, Jonathan Watkins.
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on Mr. Michael Moreno. He has 2 matters that were set for sentencing. The court was gracious enough to reinstate his bond, and we're asking for just a few more weeks. He's here, Judge.
All right, so my understanding is there's some sort of civil issue, is that correct?
He has a settlement pending, Judge. I spoke to his attorney yesterday via text and this morning. They're supposed to have a meeting on Monday, and I know he needs to go over some documents related to that case. And today, his 15-year-old daughter is in labor.
Today, what? I mean, what did you say?
His 18-year-old daughter is actually about to deliver a child today.
All right, people are having children younger and younger these days. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall this case and we're going to recall it for Tuesday. I want to know what's going on with that civil matter.
Yes, ma'am.
State on Mr. Moreno's case, the reason why the sentencing was moved, and it was by agreement, was because he had a civil matter that he was taking care of, and he wants to make sure that that civil matter is taken care of so he can take care of his family. But I don't want this case just lingering out there in the Netherlands. I say that in the Netherlands, but yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to recall this, and we're going to recall it for Tuesday. And the reason why we're going to recall it for Tuesday is so I can get an update on what's happening with the civil issue. Okay? So Mr. Moreno, if you have Zoom capabilities, you can be here by Zoom on Tuesday. And on that date on Tuesday, I'm going to give you a date for sentencing. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Norma, on Moreno, if we were to recall him for Tuesday, because you say that he's going there on Monday, Mr. Watkins?
Yes, and if I have time, Judge, I may actually swing by there too, just so I can get debriefed on the particulars of what's happening.
All right. So Norma, can we recall Mr. Moreno for the 23rd, please?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you okay with the recall for the 23rd? I don't know if you have witnesses or.
That's fine. I've let my advocate know that we're bumping it.
Okay, so we'll come back on the 23rd. And Mr. Moreno, I hope you're working and saving.
And Judge, real quick, I'd like to address the court. We do have a motion to modify conditions of bond under the 2 clause numbers. And I just wanted a partial so that he could work or at least go to his lawyer's office.
Well, I mean, I'll allow him to go to his attorney's office because that's what we're trying to figure out. So he can go to his attorney's office only.
Understood.
Judge, when you have a moment, can you put me in a breakout room with Christopher White?
Yes, just give me 1 second.
While we're still in the record though, Judge, I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that if he doesn't turn himself in, it's still full range of punishment, so.
Oh, no, he understands that. Everyone, come on, we're keeping it a Tuesday. We're not turning it until Monday. So if everyone can wait, I promise you, put some patience in your pocket. I'm going to get to you. Let me take care of Mr. Marino first so we can start clearing out the courtroom. So, Mr. Marino, we're going to be back on November 23rd. You can appear by Zoom. The goal of November 23rd is to find out what your civil attorneys say about your settlement. Now, what I can tell you is the court is not going to be inclined to extend this case forever. So when we come back on the 23rd by Zoom, your attorney will be able to give me a date of when the settlement will be completed. And then from there, I will give you a date for sentencing. And on that date, you'll have to appear in person. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to give you a reset form. So you will have the reset form so you'll know to appear. And as you know, and has been previously stated, and what's a part of your plea bargain agreement is if you do not show up for sentencing, then your plea will stand, but you'll be subject to the full range of punishment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Watkins, if you can make sure that your client has the reset form for November 23rd, and he can appear by Zoom.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge. And may we be excused?
Yes, you're excused after the reset form. All right.
Judge, would it be
Yes.
possible to get a reset? My husband has a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I need to get some things accomplished before I get to the
No
doctor.
problem. Let me find your client.
Okay, it's Kavanda Jackson, and she's gonna enter a plea, and I'm gonna get her email address so that I can give it to Marcus before, and so maybe we can have the paperwork ready even before.
All right, Norma, can we recall Ms. Jackson later this week for a plea bargain? If you can give me a date in the chat.
The 18th would work for me. I don't know.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, is the 18th okay?
That's fine, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on November 18th for a plea.
Okay, that sounds perfect, Judge. And I'll just if I could just go back into the room with her and let her know that it's going to be the 18th.
All right, and Ms. Ferguson, I need to know your client's email address.
Okay, and I will get that also.
All right, and you still have ability to go back to the breakout room where she is.
Oh,
Rick Ramos.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Judge. I am on Mr. Ira Williams. I've conferred with the state and I've spoken with Mr. Williams, Judge, just to kind of give the court an update of what's going on. I'm trying to track down records of when, or I guess documentation of Mr. Williams being in custody in 2 other counties, which I'm getting no response from those district clerks. So what I'd like to do, Your Honor, if you can afford me the opportunity, I'd like to get an in-person setting, possibly December 1st, so I can send a subpoena ducis tecum to them and see if they're going to ignore that.
Who are these other counties?
Atascosa and Cameron.
And do you know the dates or something when your client is saying he was there?
I have a rough idea, Judge, and only because Cameron County has given me the dates on the phone. They just haven't responded to my request to have an actual, in writing to file with the court. And then just based on the timeline I've worked out with my client, I know when he was in Atascosa as well.
So is there no way to contact the actual prosecutors from those counties and ask them to see if they can be of help?
I can definitely try that as well, Your Honor. I've been dealing with the district clerk's offices for the past couple of weeks and just kind of getting the runaround and telling me, yeah, email us here, we'll get it to you, and I'm not receiving anything. So,
all right, let's do this. Norma, can we recall Mr. Ira Williams for next week?
Yes, ma'am.
What is a good date, Ms. Ferguson?
The 23rd.
All right, so we're going to come back on September 23rd.
November 23rd.
I'm sorry, November 23rd. Thanks, Norma. All right, we'll be back on November 23rd.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will issue those subpoenas today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Can I let my client know that he's to go? He's in the
Yes,
break.
is your client on bond?
No, he's in custody, Your Honor. He's in the breakout room.
All right, let me bring him back to the main room.
Okay.
All right, Norma, Ira Williams, 16F can go. And Mr. Ramos, you have the ability to go back to breakout room number 15.
Okay, I'll let him know what's going on. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ignacio Barreto.
Yes, Your Honor. We've reached a plea agreement. We're just having the paperwork done.
All right, thank you.
Excuse me, I disagree. I just sent him a message. I didn't want to sign on the 2 years as of today.
Here's the thing, Mr. Mancata.
Yes.
Here's the thing. You don't just blurt out things, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
That's not the way we operate here. So if you
Okay.
have a question for your attorney, then what you need to do is you need to ask and go into a breakout room with your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
All right. So, and it's enough with 21-year-olds who are all in this tech age, pretending like they can't use Zoom. So you need to have your video shown
Ma'am.
instead of showing half your face. And if there's a question for your attorney, you need to ask your attorney and say, "Excuse me,
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor." And then I will address you and I will say, "Yes, Mr. Mercado, is there something that I can do for you?" And then your response will be, "I need to speak with my attorney."
Yes,
So
ma'am.
let's try that again.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. May I speak with my attorney, Ignacio Barreto?
All right, Mr. Barreto, your attorney would like to speak with you. So I'm going to send you all to a breakout room, and I'm going to send you to breakout room number 9.
Okay.
All right, is there anyone else back from the breakout room?
Robert Maurer.
Yes, Robert Maurer.
Judge,
And then I'll take up David
heard it
Woodard.
on Andre Watson.
Yes.
I am brand new to this case. There is apparently a surveillance video that Meredith wants to confirm the existence of. We may be able to resolve it in a couple of weeks. So if you can give me maybe 2 weeks, I'd like to try to expedite things if possible.
All right, so Norma, can you recall Mr. Maurer for December, at the beginning of December? Is that good for you, Mr. Maurer?
It will be, Judge, and my client wanted to know if he could get GPS and be released at Haven for Hope in the intervening period.
All right, if you wish to file that motion, Mr. Maurer, we of course will take that up.
I will get right on that, Judge.
All right, we'll recall you for December 3rd.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome, and let me find your client.
But you know what's going to happen with that? That one's awaiting judgment.
Norma, Mr. Watson is recalled for December 3rd.
So I don't know.
Is your client on bond, Mr. Maurer, in custody?
No, he's in custody, Judge.
Okay, Norma, he's L8.
Yeah, that third case must be sealed.
All right, thank you. You're excused, Mr. Maurer.
Thank you.
We'll see you on the December 3rd.
Well, I've had appointments.
May I address the court?
Just one moment. David Woodard. You're on mute.
Judge, me and Meredith have conferred. We've reached an agreement. I need to get my client on the docket on County Court 14 so he can plea on that case, and in exchange, the case in your court will be dismissed.
All right, who's the judge in 14?
Honestly, Judge, I don't know.
Who's the judge in 14? Does anyone know?
Paulo Key, Your Honor.
All right, does anyone have any objections to the court texting Judge Key and seeing when he can be placed on the docket?
I don't, Judge.
Okay.
No, Judge.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment. And remember, put some patience in your pocket. Just give me a moment. David,
Yes.
they can take your client now. It can be by Zoom.
Okay, Judge, there's one little issue that me and Maris are still working out on one of those cases that we're trying to review. He has two cases in the misdemeanor court. We're trying to see if one can be resolved. If there's any way, if I can recall him for next week, I think that'll be enough time for us to come up with a resolution on it.
All right, so this is what I will do. I'm going to send you the Zoom link, and you can coordinate with Judge Key's court to make sure that you're on the docket.
Okay.
So I'm putting the Zoom link in the chat for you. All right. So I just sent that to you, Mr. Woodard.
Yes, I think I see it, Judge.
All right, so what we'll do is you go over there, if you can zoom in and see when they can put you on the docket, and then come back and let me know, and we'll give you a setting date.
Okay.
All right. All right, Ignacio Barreto.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. My client's still in the breakout room, but he's informed me that he wants to hire an attorney to represent him on this case. And to
All right, so he
represent.
needs to be brought back to the main room then. All right, Phyllis Bill.
Yes, Judge, I was just gonna ask if I could be excused. I think I've communicated everything with everybody.
Yes, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too. David Garcia.
Morning, Judge. We're ready on a plea or an MTR that's going to be reformed.
All right, did you receive paperwork?
It's all been signed, I believe. I believe the clerk confirmed that they have everything they need.
All right, as soon as they bring that to me, then I will take that matter up. What is your client's name?
His name is Raymond Barfield, Judge.
All right, as soon as I get the documents from Raymond Barfield, we will do it.
Thanks,
All
Judge.
right, and you can take that back. Okay, thanks. All right, who are the parties on Raymond Barfield? Thank you.
Marcus.
David A. Garcia.
Okay, just one moment. You know what, Brenda? I think when I add you before I add other people, it just doesn't want to do it. Oh, well. All right, where is Raymond Lewis Barfield?
He's a prisoner. He should be there, Judge.
All right, you need to unmute, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 8911, State of Texas versus Raymond Lewis Barfield. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Marcus Sanders.
For the defense?
David A. Garcia.
And are you Mr. Barfield?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Barfield, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I supposed to go out and go back in again or what?
Are you the same Raymond Barfield who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 8911 for the offense of theft under $2,500 in advance on January 11, 2021 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Condition number 16, on or about the 22nd day of September 2021 in Travis County, Texas, the defendant Raymond Barfield failed to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility Continuum of Care Treatment Plan, and that the defendant absconded from the Austin Transitional Center in violation of condition number 16F.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
He's pleading true, Judge.
All right, Mr. Barfield, can you unmute yourself?
Let me know if that's the same thing.
Is that true or not true?
Oh, true, ma'am. Okay.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of 16F, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of 16F?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 16F true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge.
Yes, Judge, we're asking that you grant the motion, revoke and reform the underlying sentence to 1 year in a state jail facility. I believe, and sorry, Judge, ask that he be given credit for time that he served. He did time in safety from March.
Yeah, it still shows the screen that he's waiting to be.
March 4th, 2021 through September 21st, 2021.
All right, is there, did he successfully complete safety? Because I see he absconded from it.
He did, and then he was sent to the treatment facility, and that's when he left right after.
I think it was the transition facility that he absconded from, Judge.
Mhm.
But he did complete safety.
Why did he abscond from the facility?
My understanding, Judge, he was trying to get back to his family to help support them. It was a mistake. He understands that now. We're hoping that you allow this reformation of judgment, Judge.
All right, I'm not going to give you credit for safety. You didn't successfully complete it. You absconded. And you knew that all you had to do was pick up the phone and tell somebody if there is somebody you needed to see. And I'm looking at the plea bargain agreement. And as a part of your plea bargain agreement, there were several cases that were taken in consideration. So the court's going to grant the motion, sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, and give you credit for any time served. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor, other than that time was considered between the prosecutor and myself as being included. That was part of his agreement.
No, I mean, I don't even know why he shouldn't get 2 years. He hasn't done anything. He absconded from safety. I mean,
Well,
yes, he was in a transitional. He was in a transitional
He did complete the
house.
SafeP program, except for when they moved him to the transitional, he left then, Judge.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him credit for safety. He didn't successfully complete it.
Judge, I guess the state's understanding based on probation was that he did complete it, and so that's why we made the offer of a year. Definitely understand what the court is saying, but I just want the court to be aware that that's why we offered to reform it to 1 year.
Yeah, to me, his sentence should be 2 years.
Well, in that case, Judge, if we can pull back, if I can speak to my client and see if he wants to go forward with this, then.
Sure, I'll send you all back to, I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And let me find him on the screen. What breakout room were you in, Mr. Garcia?
I believe we were in 9 before.
All right, I'll send you to number 7. And I'm trying to, yes, and I'll send Mr. Barfield to number 7.
Thanks, Judge.
Phil, can you go to room 7 with your attorney?
It doesn't show me how to get on there.
What about now?
No, it's not saying nothing.
Black screen. We just go on this laser and push the button, okay?
Look at the bottom. Do you see breakout rooms?
Sonny, how do you start this smart?
Nuh-uh.
What do you see?
It doesn't say nothing at the bottom.
Hey, Zio, it turned off. I'll wait for him.
Can you get the guard behind you?
Yeah, sir. Can you help me get to the breakout room?
Yeah.
It said if you can help me get to the breakout room. Oh.
All right, Mr. Ignacio Beretta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
My client has informed me that he wants to hire counsel.
All right, and your attorney is Israel Mercado. Just 1 second. Israel Mercado,
Yes,
where are
ma'am.
you? Yes,
I'm
how
here.
much time do you need to hire an attorney?
Is it possible I can get 2 months?
No?
A month?
All right, Ms. Ferguson?
Yes, ma'am.
Israel Mercado, can we give him 1 month to hire an attorney?
December 13th.
All right, we're going to come back on December 13th. If you want to hire an attorney, you'll need to hire an attorney by that time frame. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you on December 13th. You and your attorney are excused.
Your Honor, am I to continue as his attorney?
Yes.
until then, or? Okay.
Yes, until he hires an attorney, you're his attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go pick
All right,
up
thank
the-
you.
May I be
Roberto
seated?
Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Who do you have?
Patrick Sanchez, Your Honor, but I had sent an email to Norma that I needed to be over here in San Patricio County, and then nothing in their work, so I had to come find the nearest library, so that's where I am. You wanted to know what the competency to stand trial results were from the referral by the court. I haven't gotten any response yet. I gotta call them and see what's going on over there, and I also haven't gotten any kind of meeting date.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Just 1 moment. I'm checking on the status.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't know why Zoom feels further away from here, from talking to anybody on Zoom when I'm out of town. I don't think it should make any difference.
Yeah, just give us a moment.
Sure. I don't know why I feel more like waving to people.
All right, Christopher White, we're going to bring you back on December 3rd. All right, let me see. All right, everyone, just 1 second. Does anyone see where Christopher White is located on the docket sheet?
Page 10.
Okay. All right, Mr. White, we're going to bring you back on December 3rd. So
Okay.
you're excused. Adam Cobbs, just 1 second. Norma, can you check on Patrick Sanchez? Just let's see the status on his evaluation.
Yes,
Adam Cobbs, who do you have?
Mark Salmon. It was to check the evaluation update. I don't have any on my end. Still waiting.
All
to
right,
hear.
so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you to a breakout room with Miss Ferguson. I'm going to send you to number 1 and to the courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 1, please.
Yes,
And Roberto Garcia,
Yes,
if you
Your
can
Honor.
go to number 1 and we'll check your status as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Raphael Leal.
Yes, Judge, can I get can I speak with the,
Hi, Taylor, can you check on a case?
Sorry, what? Raphael Leal.
yes, can I speak with a family violence prosecutor?
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 5.
Thank you.
LG Stallo 5, what's your name?
Paredes, Gabriel,
I'm sorry, Barreros, what's the first name?
Gabriel Paredes,
Say your last name for me, please.
Paredez.
Who's your attorney?
Bob Brand. He was in another court.
Just 1 moment. There's someone here for him.
Okay.
So you need to stay awake. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
If you fall asleep, you're going to be required to appear in person.
Okay.
Yes, Raphael Leal, are you back from conferring?
No, I was never sent over there.
Raphael Leal, if you would check, you're supposed to be in breakout room number 5.
Well,
It clearly states you're in breakout room number 5.
got it. Got it.
Yes. Rebecca, do you see Sanchez on the docket? Ah, found it. All right, anyone else ready? Okay. John Winter.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Who do you have?
I have Deborah Holiday.
Criminal trial division or family violence?
Trial division. And I was talking with Meredith the last time we were here.
Okay. I'll send you to number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Mr. Stateson?
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize. I did not get I got the text, but I didn't know I got the text from my phone. It was on silent.
No problem. I sent you to number 4. And could someone go to number 4 on Cedillo, please? A prosecutor on Ruben Cedillo to Fabian Cedillo to number 4. He has several family violence cases and criminal trial division cases. Fabian Cedillo, and he's on page 10 of the docket. Roberto Garcia, Ms. Ferguson told me that she gave you your new date.
Right, the 5th, Your Honor, of January?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so am I excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you're excused.
This is a pretty efficient. I've been trying to find that out, and all of a sudden it's like that. You took care of it. Thank you. I appreciate that, Your Honor.
Yes. Norma, can you let them know that Mr. Oliver 17B can go back? And also on Oliver, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll check the status update on his competency evaluation.
Judge, what breakout room was that on Cedillo? I'm not seeing the family violence cases, but I can hop in.
All right, they're in number 4. Lisa Voigt.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I had to respond to another judge here.
What's going on with your case?
My client wants to remain on docket. He's not interested in the offers from the DA.
Where's
today.
Martin Rodriguez? Martin Rodriguez.
It's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Just look for it.
Martin, defense, have you received all the discovery in this case? Defense,
Your
have you
Honor.
received all the discovery in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
Has an offer been tendered?
It has.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you give me a 30-day reset on Mr. Martin Rodriguez, please?
Can I speak to the judge?
She can hear you.
Oh, Your Honor,
Yes.
I was gonna ask, my mother, she had her foot amputated, like, she had 2 operations this month. I'm the oldest one. I'm the one that helps take care of her. And, I was wondering if I could come through Zoom next time. Cause I'm there all day with her. I go.
No, the reason why your Zoom privileges were revoked is because you were not appearing. So
Oh,
just give me a
for that
moment.
shirt?
You have a previous bond forfeiture for a no-show. Ms. Ferguson, can I have, yes. So you're gonna come back on December 14th. And December 14th is gonna be your plea deadline date, Mr. Rodriguez. So at that time, you can let the court know whether or not you accept the offer that has been tendered. And on that day, if you decide not to accept the offer, then the court will give you your jury trial setting and the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after that date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so they're going to give you a court date of December 14th. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I thought it was because I didn't have a shirt on that time. That's why I asked.
Well, that's another problem. You didn't show and you didn't have a shirt on.
I don't have no shoulders, ma'am.
I mean, you're wearing a shirt now, so obviously you have the ability to have a shirt on. I don't know why anyone would think that they could appear on Zoom with no clothes on.
No, I'm not saying that, man. I don't have no cases of no show. I always come to court.
Yes. All right. No, you do, because I write down everything in my file. So the other reason why you can't appear by Zoom is because you are not wearing clothes. I don't know why anyone would think that you could appear for a Zoom hearing with no clothes on. I mean, I'm wearing clothes.
I understand, man. I've been working all day that day, I didn't think it was just a shirt. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I work every day too, but when I'm on Zoom, I have clothes on. You know why? Because it wouldn't be professional for me not to have clothes on. I'm not at a nude beach. Not that I'm at nude beaches, but I think that maybe is the only time you can be in public with no clothes on. So that is why you have to appear in person, because the number one rule is whatever you could not do if you were physically in this courtroom, you can't do on Zoom. And at the top of the list, which I think I wouldn't have to tell adults, because how old are you?
45.
I would not think that I would have to tell a 45-year-old that you have to have clothes on. So that's why we're here, and that's why your Zoom privileges were revoked. So we'll see you on that date. They'll give you a reset form. Is there anything else, Ms. Voigt?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Eric Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm just checking to see if Mr. McGarry has shown up. I have not received word from him at all.
All right, to the courtroom. Is Mr. McGarry in the courtroom at all?
No, Your Honor.
All right, is there a prosecutor available?
Your Honor.
All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 7995, State of Texas versus Leonard McGarry. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Meredith McIntyre for the state.
For the defense?
Eric Hernandez for the defendant, Leonard McGarry.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
This hearing was scheduled at 9:30. It is now 11:39 a.m. The defendant has not appeared on the Zoom screen. Deputy Laura, has there been a Leonard McGarry in the courtroom at all today?
No, Your Honor, he has not.
Defense, have you had contact with your client?
Not today, Your Honor, but I had been in touch with him, and I can report to the court that he was not feeling well, nor did he sound well when I spoke to him yesterday. But I have not received any information that I can provide on his behalf that he has gone to the ER or has been admitted to a hospital.
All right. State,
Your Honor, the state would ask that this court forfeit his bond and issue a warrant.
all right, that'll be granted if your client presents himself or if he's able to provide documentation. Of course, the court will reconsider. But I'm going to grant
Thank
the
you, Your Honor.
bond forfeiture and remand your client without bond.
Very well, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Have a good morning. What's
Thank
left of
you,
it?
you too. All right, David Garcia.
Judge, after conferring with my client, we want to go forward with this deal.
All right, is your client back on the screen?
He was having the bailiff bring him back. He should be coming in. There he is. He's on the screen, Judge.
All right, the court is back on the record in 2020 CR 8911. The court had previously found violation of condition number 16F true. My understanding, the agreement was for 1 year in the state jail facility and revocation. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Judge.
Is that correct, defense?
It is, Judge.
Mr. Barfield, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, grant the motion, sentence you to 1 year in a state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, if there's nothing else from either side, we can go off the record. Mr. Barfield, I wish good luck to you. I wish nothing but the best for you. How old are you?
I'm 34, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Barfield, you're getting to the point where you're going to have more of your life behind you than in front of you. So you're going to have to start making better decisions. Some people say they're mistakes. I don't call them mistakes. I call them bad decisions. So you're going to have to start making better choices, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in and out of the prison, in and out of the Bexar County Jail. And when brand new people come over to the jail and want to know how things run, or come to the prison and want to know how they're going to want things run, you know what they're going to say? Oh, you need to ask Grandpa Bearfield. He's the oldest person here. You don't want to be Grandpa Bearfield at the prison or at the jail, right?
No, ma'am, I don't.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Bearfield.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. And I'm sorry, Brenna, one more thing on the record. Mr. Bearfield, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And if there is some issue for you over what a weapon is or may not be, you'll need to contact an attorney to give you advice as far as that is concerned. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Bearfield. Mr. Garcia, thank you for your patience. Norma 14C can go back.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Stateson?
Yes, Your Honor. Jeannie Bloomster and I both spoke with Marcus, and I have a couple dates to give you. Norma had set us a motion to set bond all for Joanne de Hoyos's 3 cases. All 3 of those are set for November 30th.
Okay.
Norma had given us a consolidated case for all cases, December 13th. And Marcus is going to review the new indicted case, the ag robbery, offer to come likely at next setting. And we just need to have the hearings heard on the 30th to see if he's going to be able to post bond or not. But if we can just have that December 13th setting and be excused.
Okay, so this is, you mean November 30th, correct?
November 30th for the motion to set bonds. And
all
I
right,
believe,
so what we'll do then is we're going to come back on November 30th, and we'll do the other date, whatever that date may be, after November 30th. So Ms. Bloomster, even though the motion to set bond is on cases that involve cases that you're not on, it will be greatly appreciated if you will also be here on November 30th, because sometimes things change.
Okay, I'll be here November 30th.
All right, thank you. So we'll come
Okay,
back on
thank you.
November 30th for bond motions.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right,
Thank
thank you. Is your client in custody?
He
Yes.
is.
Mr. Cedillo, we're going to bring you back on November 30th to hear your motions.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, both of you are excused. Norma, can you let them know 16G can go back?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Stateson. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Judge. Bye.
Judy Blumster. Thank you. Gabriel Paredes. How do you pronounce your last name, sir?
But it is.
Paredes. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see you in the 187 District Court at 2 p.m. It's located at 300
Judge,
Della Rosa.
Okay.
Judge, I'm right here.
No, I understand that, Mr. Barron.
Go over.
Your client, I had warned him about sleeping on Zoom and he went to sleep anyway. I'm
I
sorry
wasn't
that
falling
people
asleep, ma'am,
work and they
but-
sleep, but we can't
No, I
have
wasn't
that.
asleep. I've been awake this whole time.
All right, we'll see you at 2 p.m. in the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 Della Rosa. I can't have
Are you
people sleeping on
here?
Zoom.
I was not asleep.
Judge,
So
I have
he'll
to
be,
pick up my,
okay.
I have to pick up my son at the University Incarnate Word. He's there on a field trip of some sort. At
Okay.
that time, can I zoom in?
Yes, yes, you
Oh,
can
okay.
zoom in, but your client just needs to be here in person.
All right.
All right, thank you. All right, is there anyone else ready? The court is going to have to break at 12. I have a judges meeting at 12.
Your Honor, this is Andres Campion. I've been
Yes.
here since the beginning. Haven't
I
seen
know,
anybody.
and I appreciate your patience. Where is Jaime Soto?
We had sent him the Zoom info, Your Honor. Not sure if he is logged on.
He's not here. Unless this is him. Is this him with the J by his name? The
Yes,
person in the
that's- yes,
microphone. Could you
yes, no,
unmute for
that
me,
is Jaime
please?
Soto.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a 30-day reset, Mr. Campion, because I have a notation in my file that you needed more time to confer because last time it was your very first sitting.
That's correct, Your Honor. And it was also Miss Durham's first setting on the case. But I understand there's been quite a bit of shuffling in the public integrity unit.
All right, so are you okay with coming back on December 14th?
I will be out of town, Your Honor. I will be back on the 15th.
Okay, let me look at the calendar here, just 1 second. Norma, can you give me a 30-day reset, but make it after December 15th? And it is on Jaime Soto. All right, she's given me a date of January 4th,
January 4th.
2022. Say it with me.
January
hard to
4th,
believe.
2022.
Yeah. It is hard to believe time is flying by upon us.
I
So,
understand.
and I'll make a notation on the docket sheet that we need public integrity to be here for that, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Soto, you're excused. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you very much, Judge. You have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused as well?
Yes,
Thank you. You have a good
thank
day.
you. You too. All right, it appears that the rest of you may have to come back at 2 p.m. And we're just, we're waiting on your attorneys. So just let me check with the coordinator and I will be right back. Brenda, I'm gonna have to start saying, I'll see you back at 2 because time when I say 2 o'clock, people start popping in. I think people know. Hi, Joseph, you have Stephen Silva.
Yes,
And
Your
it's
Honor.
criminal trial division. I will send you to breakout room number 4 to confer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is John Winter. Can I be put in a breakout room with Meredith, please?
I'll assign you a room.
Thank you.
Raphael Leal. Raphael Leal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, what is happening with your case?
Well, I think we have an agreement.
Well, I
just
mean, do
wanna
you
take
have an
this-
agreement or do you not have an agreement?
I believe we do. I just need to confirm that with Joe Ray Garcia.
All right, Mr. Garcia, can you go to breakout room number 1, please?
Yes, sir.
And who is remaining in the courtroom? Can you approach, please? Who's in the courtroom?
Me? Zachary Guerrero.
I'm sorry, Zachary who?
Guerrero.
Who's your attorney?
Raphael.
Raphael Leal?
Yes.
Brenda, do you see him on the
Page
docket sheet?
11. Page 11.
All right, have you had a chance to speak with your attorney today?
No, ma'am.
All right, we're going to recall you for 2. All right, so we'll recall you for 2 p.m. today. And what is your name?
Stevens Ben Silva.
All right, your attorney is conferring in a breakout room. We're going to call you back for 2 p.m., okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so everyone, we're going to take our noon recess. To everyone who hasn't seen their attorneys, you will be back here and you will be brought back at 2. All right. So to the inmates, please do not leave until Ms. Ferguson lets them know that you'll be coming back at 2. But we will hear your cases today. All right, everyone.